Cyclone Yassi, they had us, what happens is they put us on standby, and that'll often not amount to anything because the cyclone went somewhere else or whatever. But as you're well aware, Queensland was special. If you look at Ingham, that was a basketball centre. We had probably, I don't know, 50 families in there. Everyone sleeping on the floor on mattresses. And as you can imagine, emotions run high. People are desperate to get back to see what's happened. When you walk up to say good day, you've got to know where they are, whether they're happy to meet you or they're on the verge of tears or rage. And in some instances, people are just sort of rendered passive. There's nothing they can do, there's nowhere they can go. And for some people, they just pick up a book and read it. Others, that just sends them around the bend. It's just, for me, that would be very hard. When you're in a situation like that, they give you a yellow tabard, and I can't find a word for it. If I say empowering, it sounds like you're kind of getting big-headed. If I say it's liberating, but whatever, when you put that tabard on, for me anyway, I think, well, what would Red Cross want me to do? And it's everything. Just looking after people. It's the people bit with Red Cross. It's everything from meeting someone at the door, finding out what their needs are, which usually ends up in tears within about 30 seconds. And so they're highly emotional. It's hard, you know, they teach us in the training not to pick up that emotion. I mean, you'd have to be much more experienced than me to be able to do that. So why do I do it? I'm retired. I've got to do something. And what I'm doing fits in what I've done most of my life. Plus, it takes me into areas that I've never been in before. You do your training, you may not see anyone for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And occasionally I think, is this really terribly satisfying? Because I'd like to get involved and engaged. But then when it happens, it's full on. And you think, oh, I could have spent a little more time figuring out what I should have been doing and cut down on the surprises. But everybody brings their own life skills to the task anyway, and you're just surprised at what you actually can do that you've never been asked to do.